Footage has now leaked from inside RAF Wethersfield, the former military site converted into accommodation for people who arrived in the UK illegally. The video appears to show residents partying, playing loud music, and celebrating alongside on-site security staff. For many watching, especially during a national cost of living crisis, these scenes feel like a real kick in the teeth. We'll dive into this story in today's video, but before we get started, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Right now, only 12% of viewers are subscribed, so join the community and help us grow. People across the country are struggling to heat their homes, pay their bills, and put food on the table. Veterans who served this country, men and women who risked their lives, are sleeping rough on our streets with little to no support. And yet, despite all that, the government is spending millions to house thousands of new arrivals in secure accommodation, complete with food, heating, safety, and organized facilities. When people see videos like this, it's easy to understand why frustration is boiling over. This video highlights a system that seems completely out of sync with the reality ordinary British people are living through. RAF Wethersfield was supposed to be a bare-bones facility, far cheaper and more controlled than hotels, but scenes like this make many question whether the government has any grasp of how its decisions appear to the public. When hard-working citizens are cutting back on essentials, and when those who serve the country are left behind, it feels deeply unfair to see taxpayer-funded accommodation being used in ways that look far from basic. The British public has every right to expect that their needs come first, every right to demand support for veterans, struggling families, and vulnerable people already here, and every right to question why, in the middle of a national crisis, millions are being poured into systems that don't seem to deliver either deterrence or fairness. The leaked footage has struck a nerve because it captures a reality many feel, but few in government seem willing to acknowledge. The system is broken, inconsiderate, and completely detached from the everyday struggles of the British people. Watch the clip and judge for yourself what message it sends about the state of the country today. In the end, this footage sums up exactly why so many people are angry. At a time when British families are stretched to breaking point, when veterans are left sleeping on pavements, and when the country is facing a severe cost of living crisis, scenes like this feel like a complete betrayal. They show a system that seems to prioritize new arrivals over the very people who built, served, and sustained this country. In other news, civil servants are trawling Britain's social media pages to monitor posts which raise concerns about migrants. The Cabinet Office manages the Government Communications Service, GCS, a workforce of about 6,000 people. As part of its role, the GCS has been tasked with preventing disinformation and crafting counter-narratives to protect the government's policy goals and reputation. The Telegraph reports civil servants received new Resist Framework guidance last month, which tells them to keep tabs on social media posts that convey high-risk narratives. The advice cites recent concerns about community housing, which says creates a risk for new migrants and specific ethnic demographics. It also flags online content that could affect public debate on major issues through polarization. The advice was issued during the summer's migrant hotel protests, which erupted after a 14-year-old girl was sexually assaulted by Ethiopian asylum seeker Hadush Kabatu in Epping. It was handed out to civil servants after the GCS signed a £36,000 deal with Storyzy, which helps companies to monitor social media content. Council officials have also been told to monitor for social media for posts that spread concerns surrounding migrants. The local government association's guidance, which includes anonymized case studies, instructs officials on how to push back against information concerning the arrival of asylum seekers settling in hotels and vacant military bases. It also guides the officials on how to counter concerns about the sudden closure of the town's hotel to accommodate asylum seekers. The advisors offered several methods to councils on how to deal with disinformation. The suggestions include establishing cohesion forums and pre-bunking, which warns people about incorrect information they may see in the future. The warnings dished out to local authorities came just weeks after it was revealed that there are 32,000 illegal migrants in Britain staying in hotels paid for by taxpayers. Reform UK Chief Whip Lee Anderson said, "This government has allowed the largest invasion of our shores in modern history. It deserves full scrutiny, and the British people have every right to do so. This is a nation that has led the world in free speech for hundreds of years. It is a tragedy to see this Labour government bringing that to an end. We must return to a government that serves the best interests of its citizens and does not penalise them for speaking their minds. Only reform will make that a reality." A government spokesman said, "We are committed to protecting people online while upholding freedom of expression to ensure the internet does not serve as a haven for those looking to spread harm, both online and offline." The Online Safety Act introduces clear duties on platforms to tackle illegal content and content harmful to children, including false and misleading information that can cause real-world harm. Companies must assess the risks on their platforms and put in place the appropriate protections for users, helping to protect democratic debate and public safety online. An inspection carried out by a Labour-run council has been revealed to be behind what was presumed vandalism to headstones at a churchyard. Church leaders at St George's Church in Stalybridge, Greater Manchester, alerted police after discovering 25 gravestones lying flat in its grounds. They posted photos of the affected headstones to social media and urged anyone with video footage to come forward. "This is a very sad post. Our churchyard has been vandalized, affecting 25 of the gravestones," the Facebook post read. "The police have been notified and we have a crime number. Unfortunately, they are not able to do anything without further information. So we are asking if anyone saw anything or has doorbell footage of what happened." The headstones were believed to have been moved between October 27th and October 30th. Some were left needing to be replaced. The council then contacted the church to say an inspection had been carried out and a number of memorials were identified as unsafe. The local authority said its workers had taken immediate precautionary measures by carefully laying these memorials flat. The church claimed it did not give permission for the inspection and had not received any prior warning. They did not advise the families and they did not advise the vicar, it stated. They only telephoned Reverend Denise because of the social media outrage. Whilst we are extremely relieved that this was not vandalism, we feel that the distress and anger should have been anticipated and the families should have been notified. We apologize for the distress this has caused to the families and local community. Tameside Council confirmed it was standard practice to communicate with churches ahead of inspections and apologize for distress caused. It said, "We sincerely apologize to the church and affected families for not providing prior notice on this occasion. We understand the distress this may have caused and have since been in contact with Reverend Owen. A follow-up visit is planned to reinstate the memorials with temporary supports." What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comment section below. If you have not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.